Okay, we're in Otzros Chaim, Shari Gulin, paragraph. אחר כך, באו הטעמים התחתונים, שמתחת האוסיות. So we said that the ors of sag are broken up into three bechinos. The tamim of sag, there's tamim elyonim, and the tamim imsan, and tamim tachtonim. The tamim elyonim we said came out of the uznaim, tamim imsan came out of the chotem, and tamim tachtonim came out, or we're about to see where they're coming out right now. These are tamim that are underneath the osios. And these ors, tam tachtonim al bechina of the ors that come out of the peh from the adam kadmon coming out. Now here, as opposed to the other ors, oznaim and chotem, where they were separate, the or pnimi and or makif were separate from each other, here they're attached totally. A pure attachment, very strong attachment. Because they come out of one orifice as opposed to two. Where the has two holes and the chotem has two holes, the peh only has one, there's one opening. And the reason for this is the reason for this is that as much as the ors go down, as we said, inside Adam Kadmon, the or gets weaker and weaker as it goes down inside the Adam Kadmon. So since it gets weaker, there's more of an ability for us to receive and accept these lights. Therefore, there's no problem with the ors makifim and ors pnimim, which were usually the right and left side of the nose and ears. By the peh, we don't have a problem that they now attach, because since the light is so much weaker, there's an ability now for the tachtonim to be mekabel. Since the ors apnimim and the ors makifim already attach themselves here at this point of the peh, so here there's going to be created the bechina of kilim. However, they are totally pure with the ultimate purity, as we explained. And therefore, here in the Olma Akudim, the Orsa Peh, the light that come out of the Peh, we are only going to have one kli, which we're going to see is going to be meshamish. It's going to work for 10 ors. It's going to attach itself to 10 different ors. Still, the lights will be divided into 10, but the vessels, the kelim, will only be divided into 1. There will be one kli for 10 ors. And these lights are called akudim. This whole world, the olma peh, the ors peh are called akudim, called olma akudim, the world of akudim. And the explanation of this idea is kineksiv ve'esa inai ve'ered b'chalom v'ine atudim ha'olim ha'atzon akudim nekudim uvudim. It says in the pasuk, and I lifted my eyes and I saw in a dream that the sheep were going onto the other sheep. Akudim nekudim uvudim. Ringed sheep, nekudim speckled sheep, and vudim. Those are the translation of akudim. Akudim means ringed, and nekudim is speckled, and vudim is checkered. That's, I think, the way the Art Scroll translates it. In Art Scroll Chumash. And also, there's another pasuk that says that I saw everything that Lavan did to you. And in this pasuk, everything that we're talking about is hinted at. Because Lavan is hinting at Adam Kadmon. Lavan Elion. It's very interesting, obviously, that even though Lavan was Russia, here he's saying is referring to a very, very high bechina, the bechina which is above even the almost of the Ozen Chotem Peh, the almost of Ak. This is what Lavan is referring to. Which is before all that seems. And it's Lavan, It's the Adam Kadmon that's making the Lovna Elyon, which is creating all of these Bechinas Akudim, Nekudim, and Vudim. In order made for the Atzilus, the creation that's going to be made afterwards. That the Atzilus, the world of Atzilus, and creation, I guess, in a general form is called Shem Yaakov. Probably it's referring to specifically Olam Atzilus. That's what it seems to be referring to. V'hitchil b'akudim, and why did the pasuk start mentioning specifically akudim and didn't also mention the chotem and the peh? The ozen, the chotem. Akudim is the peh. The vudim, nekudim and vudim are almost going to come even afterwards, even after the almost the peh. Why didn't we mention also the Otzros Chaim and the Otzros chotem? Ki hem Otzros yotzim min hapeh shel Adam Kadmon. The reason why we only mention akudim, from akudim, and two almost, which we didn't speak about yet, which are akudim and vudim, the reason why we only mention these three almost, which only come after the Oros Peh, is because before Oros Peh we didn't have any kelim. And when we didn't have any kelim, it wasn't, we're going to see in a second, why if we don't have any kelim. I think he explains that, no. I think we're going to say that, maybe it doesn't say it here, that the akudim, the inyan of the kelim is osios. So since we don't have kelim before the Oros Peh, we also won't discuss it with osios. We won't put it into the osios of the Torah, since there are almost that aren't shaykh to osios, the almost that are before the osios. The almost of the ozen and chotem are a world that didn't have kelim yet. So kelim is a bechina of osios. So since those almost didn't have any osios, they didn't have a relationship to osios so much, so they also weren't written down with osios. That's an explanation for why we're specifically talking about, why he's saying that the reason why we didn't mention the almost of those nine and chotem were because there were no kelim. That's the connection here, because here we need kelim, we need osios, which are kelim, to speak about it in the Torah. And so if they didn't have osios, then we wouldn't speak about it in the Torah, we wouldn't mention it as psukim in the Torah. These are 10 oros, pnimim and makifim, in this Olam Peh. They're attached and connected inside one kli. And this is why it's called akudim, because the meaning of the word akud means to tie or to combine, to attach. It says that I'm going to tie Yitzchak. The pasuk used the word v'yakod, which means to attach, to combine or to tie. Meaning, the pasuk was saying that he tied, as we're going to explain later on, how this relates to the almost akudim. But the other almost, like we said, that were not mentioned, the almost of the chotem and peh, the almost chotem, and ozen were not mentioned at all in these psukim, because they didn't have any kli. And here I'm just going to read the footnote here by the Shemin Soson. And we're going to see later on the Rav himself explains this. It says, "Demina oros shel chaf beis osios haTorah nasu kelim kedisa beis chaim shantikun." That from the lights of the chaf beis osios haTorah, that's where the kelim were created. So the kelim were directly connected to, and Shama Sasson continues to explain the kelim shel oros ozen chotem lo nisgala b'chinas kelim. Since there are no b'chinas kelim, therefore we don't mention their aspect without with the osius of Torah, because osius of b'chinas kelim. As just like we mentioned, as opposed to nakudim, the other almost nakudim and vudim, which we do mention. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying before. Here he brings the Makor. What I was saying is Shar Tikun Anuk, Otzros Chaim, Perik Beis in the Kabbalah, and also Shem and Sasan on either on that on this Perik in Otzros Chaim. Okay. ואחר כך למטה נבהר באיזה סקל וכניסה נקודים והבודים. And later on we're going to explain what the worlds of nikudim and vudim, what they are. והנה, בישחרס אורס הפנימיים עם אורס המקיפים תוך הפה. Now, as the אורס הפנימיים and אורס המקיפים attach themselves, combine, inside the peh, as opposed to the ozen mechotem, which did not attach, not inside and not outside, because as they left the holes of the ears and the nose, they left that separate and they never actually attached, even when they went down to the chazah and to the shibos hazakim. Here by the peh, since they come out with one opening, they stay connected even as they come out. And they hit each other and they bang each other because they're connected, they're attached. And from their hitting one another, the creation of kelim are created. And this is why this place is called peh. Because peh, if the gematria is sag plus the 22 letters of the Torah. And the bechin of osios is kelim, as we mentioned, as everyone knows, as I mentioned before also. That's why peh has the shem sag plus 22. So peh is sag plus 22. In order to hint to the fact that the creation of the kelim were actually created here, because up until now all we had was the bechinas of or of sag, and now we have sag plus 22, which is 22 osios, which are now revealed here through the chafes osios. The inyan of the kelim is revealed through the chafes osios. Through this peh, 10 internal lights, 10 oros pnimim, and 10 oros makifim come out. And these oros come out from the peh down to the tover of this adam kadmon. And this is the main bechina of or for the oros of peh. But also, there is some type of ha'ara that's being shined around all the Adam Kadmon, just like we saw by the Orsa Ozen Chotem, that the main lights come to the either Shibos Zakim by the ears or the Chazeb by the Chotem. But we also said that it radiates and shines around this Adam Kadmon, and so too we have the same thing by the peh. The main light is in the front, going down to the tover. The tover is the belly button. And there's also oros that shine and that glow around the whole Adam Kadmon. In the ozen and chotem, there are only two bechinas of or. In the ears and the nose, there are only two types of or, and there's the pnimim makifim. The peh, nichbel bechinas. Here in the peh, there's twice as many bechinas. V'hayu shtayim shem arba, and the two that are really four. Kinei hem bechinas oros v'kelim, because there are bechinas of oros and kelim. V'oros nichbel shtayim besod pnimim makif, and the oros have two, like we said before, pnimim makif. V'kim gam ken besod pnimim v'chitzon, and kim also have two bechinas. They're bechina of pnimi and chitzon, internal and external. Ve'ila arba bechinas hem bechinas gilui osan hadalet alfin hana shahayu b'chotem. And these four bechinas are the revelation now, the breakdown of the dalet that we had in the chotem. Before we said that by the chotem the vav breaks down into 6 alfin, and here we're now saying that the dalet of the hay that was originally in the ozen breaks down into 4 alfin also. We're going to see they'll break down soon. Ki ha'or over v'nimshach derech pnimis ha'adam hazeh v'yatza derech ha'peh, because this or, the same or that we had inside, that kept on going down until it also came out of the peh. V'nei ha'beis alfim shetziyuram yud vav yud hem or pnimi makif. The two alfim that that are the form of yud vav yud that we spoke about before, they are the pnimi and makif of this inside the peh. The beis alfim shetziyuram yud vav daled, and the two alfim that have the form of yud vav daled, hem beis v'chinas ha'kelim of pnimi v'chitzon, the two aspects of the kelim, which are pnimi and chitzon. We spoke about where these came about, how they came out from the different combinations of the ors ha'ozen and the ors ha'chotem to create these different forms of alfim. Ve'ilo dal b'chinos hem atzmam beis oznaim v'beis mikveh ha'chotem shenisgal kam b'peh. And these four alfim are the four the b'china of the four oznaim and the four mikveh ha'chotem, the two ears and the two mikveh ha'chotem that were revealed now here in the peh. Kimina ozen yami nimshach or yotze derech ha'peh b'sodor makif. Because from the right ear we have light that's shined into the peh that has b'china that has a sort of derech or makif. Mina chotem yami nimshach or hayotze derech ha'peh or pnimi. And from the chotem on the right hand side we have or pnimi, which is a higher b'china. So we have the or coming out from the right side, or makif from the chotem, and or pnimi or maki from the ozen, or pnimi from the chotem. Umin ozen small, nimshach v'nase b'chinas chitzonus ha'kelim b'chutz l'peh. And from the left hand side we have the left ear that makes the chitzonus ha'kelim outside the peh. Chitzonus ha'kelim b'chutz l'peh. V'michotem small nimshach v'nase pnimis ha'kelim. And from the left nostril we have the creation of the the inside part of the kli. Ve'ila daled b'chinos, and these four aspects nichnasu b'peh, go into the mouth. Kinei b'peh yesh b'chinos hevel v'b'chinos dibur, because in the peh we have two b'chinos. The b'chinos of hevel, which is like breath or sound. Hevel really is breath. The b'chinos dibur and speech. Kinei hevel v'b'chinos ha'or v'dibur v'b'chinos ha'kelim. Hevel is b'chin of the or. The breath is the b'chin of the or. V'dibur, and the speech is the b'china of the kelim. V'hinei yesh b'peh hevel v'dibur elyon v'lechi elyon v'sod gikach shehu b'chachma. There's the b'china of hevel, v'dibur, speech, and breath that are the upper ones, and lechi elyon, which is an upper palate. It's represented by the Otzros Gikach, shehu b'chachma, which is in chachma. Ve'hevel v'dibur tachtonim v'lechi tachton. There's also hevel and dibur tachton v'lechi tachton in the lower part of the mouth. Yisod acha shu b'bina, which is in bin. V'nimtza ki hevel elyon hu or makif. Hevel elyon is or makif. Tachton or pnimi, and the hevel tachton is or pnimi. V'dibur elyon hu kli chitzon, and dibur elyon relates to the kli chitzon. V'tachton hu kli pnimi, and the dibur tachton is kli pnimi. Va'oros shem lavolim hem b'min ha'peh, and the oros, which are the havolim, which is the breath, hem b'min ha'peh, those are on the right side of the peh. Va'dibur shem ha'kelim hem b'smol ha'peh, and the dibur is on the left side of the peh. So we broke it up again into hevel and dibur. We said hevel is the or, and dibur is the kli. Hevel is on the right side of the peh, and dibur is on the left side of the peh. We also said there's divided into the upper parts and lower parts. The upper parts relate to acha, the osios al, ches, hey, and ayin, which is in bina. I'm sorry, that was the lower part. Those osios relate to the lower part. And gikach relate to the higher part. You apparently use your high part of your mouth to pronounce these words, and the lower part of the lower part of your mouth to pronounce the more guttural words, the acha.